Hello everyone. So today we will see watershed management of the course Engine 1 to 1. Okay. So already we have seen what is watershed uh, in previous lectures. So we will see the next it is watershed management. Okay. In overall engine, watershed is very important. Watershed concept is very important in soil conservation and engineering. Okay, so we will see one by one contents of this chapter. Okay, so what are the contents? Watershed management, objectives of watershed management, steps in watershed management, that are four: recognition phase, restoration phase, protection phase, and last one it is improvement phase. Okay, so first one it is watershed management. Okay, so a watershed is an area of land and water bounded by a drainage divide within which the surface runoff collects and flows out of the watershed through a single outlet into a larger river or lake. Okay, so what is watershed? Watershed is an area of land and water bounded by drainage. Okay, watershed is just a area of land, okay, which is area of land and water. Okay, already we have seen the diagram of watershed. So watershed, it is just a area of land and water which is bounded by drainage and which is divided within which the surface runoff collects. Okay, from various streams surface runoff collects and flows out of the watershed. Means from watershed it goes to the single outlet to larger river or lake, and then eventually it joins to the oceans. Okay, so we have seen already what is watershed. Watershed is area of land or water which is bounded by a drainage and which divides within the within which the surface runoff collects. Means all surface runoff, snow runoff or stream runoff, all collects in watershed. Then from single outlet that flows out of the watershed into larger rivers or lakes through cracks, and which joins to the eventually joins to the oceans. So this is watershed. Then we have to manage this watershed. Okay, so watershed technology is used in rainfed areas. Means where are the those are the rainfed areas, there will be watershed technology is used to manage the watershed. Then watershed management implies an effective conservation of soil and water resources for sustainable production with minimum non-point resources, pollutant losses. Okay, so watershed management includes effective conservation of soil and water. As our course is soil and water conservation engineering, so watershed management also includes effective conservation of soil and water resources for sustainable production with minimum non-point resources or pollutant losses. So we have to reduce here soil erosion and we have to conserve the soil here. So it involves management of land surface and vegetation so as to conserve the soil and water for immediate and long term benefits to the farmers, community and society as a whole. So what it includes? It includes management of land surface. Means in high high slopey areas there will be uh, more runoff due to slope, and we have to manage the vegetation. As we know, as there is a higher vegetation, there is a surface runoff less. Okay, so as to conserve the soil and water for immediate and long term benefits to farmers, so we have to here conserve the water for the farmer for the immediate and long term benefit, or we can save water for community, society as a whole. So catchment area is a water collecting area. Okay, what is catchment area? Catchment area is a water collecting area of watershed. So all the areas from which water flows out into a river or water pool. Okay, all the areas from which water flows out into a river or water pool. Then this is all about the watershed management. Next we will see the diagram of watershed. So here it is the watershed. So we can see watershed boundary, then drainage channels and common outlet. From this common outlet, water comes out and joins to the river or lake, then it eventually joins to the oceans. So next, objectives of watershed management. Why to manage the watershed? Okay, so first objective is production of food, fodder and fuel. Here we have to produce the food, fodder and fuel, so we manage the watershed. Then for pollution control, we have to control the pollution, so we manage the watershed. Then over exploitation of resources should be minimized to minimize the over exploitation of the resources. Water storage, flood control, checking sedimentation. We can control here flood, we can storage water through watershed management, and we can check sedimentation. So wildlife preservation, due to watershed management we can preserve the wildlife. Erosion control, we can control the erosion, and prevention of soil degradation and conservation of soil and water. So already we have seen we can conserve the soil and water, we can control the soil erosion, or we can prevent the soil degradation. Okay, so employment generation through industrial development, dairy fishery production. We can generate employment through industrial development with the help of dairy fishery production. Then recharging of groundwater to provide regular water supply for consumption and industry as well as irrigation. So due to watershed management, groundwater can be recharged, which is useful for consumption means water supply for consumption and industry, and we can use this for to recharge groundwater for the purpose of irrigation. So okay, so last one objective is recreational facility. So we can recreate the facilities by conserving or by managing watershed. So these are the 9 objectives of the watershed management. Next we will see steps in watershed management. Watershed management involves determination of alternative land treatment measures for which information about problems of land, soil, water and vegetation in the watershed is essential. So we can see watershed management involves determination of alternative land treatment, which measures for information about here we can solve the problems of land, soil, water and vegetation. As we know, watershed provides or recharges groundwater for the irrigation. So there are the some common objective of water management. Watershed can provide solve the problems of land, soil, water and vegetation. Means due to lack of irrigation water, some lands are some lands will not be cultivated due to irrigation problem. So if there is a watershed management, then that land can also be cultivated with the help of watershed. Then in order to have a practical solution to above problem, it is necessary to go through the 4 phases for a full scale watershed management. So we have to go through the 4 stages of the steps of the watershed management, so we can solve above problems of land, soil, water and vegetation. Okay, so there are the 4 phases: recognition phase, restoration phase, protection phase and improvement phase. See, first phase it is recognition phase. So what we do in this recognition phase, it involves recognition of the problem. First of all, we have to recognize our problem, then we have to analysis of the cause of the problem and its effect. Suppose we have the problem of irrigation. We can first recognize the problem of irrigation, then we can analyze why irrigation water is not available. It may have cause like low rainfall. Then third, it includes development of alternative solution of the problem. Then after analysis, we can think about the alternative solution. Okay, so next phase is it is restoration phase. It includes also 2 steps. First, it is selection of the best solution to problem identified. Means in first stage we have identified the problem, then we we have analysis of that problem, then we think about the alternative solution. Then in restoration phase we have to select the best solution among the thought solutions. Then second point, it is application of the solution to the problems of the land. Means in first stage we have to uh, just go through the means first we have to survey the problem. Means first identify the problem, then analyze the problem, and then think about the alternative solution of the problem. In restoration phase, select the best solution among all solutions, then apply the best solution to recover the problem. Then next phase, it is protection phase. So this phase takes care of the general health of the watershed and ensure normal functioning. Okay, so protection phase, what it do, it protects the general health of the watershed and it ensures the normal functioning of the watershed. The protection is against all factors which may cause determining watershed conditions. Means protection phase protects against all factors which can affect the watershed. Okay, so last phase, it is improvement phase. This phase deals with overall improvement in the watershed and all land is covered. So attention is paid to agriculture and forest management at the production, forage production and pasture management, socio-economic conditions to achieve the objectives of the watershed. Means that all things we have done in recognition phase or restoration phase or protection phase or improvement protection phase, those all activities are improved, or remaining activities are done in the last improvement phase, and all protection, recognition, restoration, all these steps are completed by ending up of the improvement phase. So this is our watershed management. Okay, thank you.